channel. If you're new here, thank you for stopping by. My name is Tiffany and I've been chronicling my weight loss / fitness / health journey. Today I'm going to be talking about my 15th week on Mounjaro. So let's get right into it. I decided to inject into my stomach. Again, the side effects have been seeming to get lesser and lesser each week as I've been injecting into my thighs. And so I was just kind of curious, if I go back to my stomach, are the side effects still going to be, very mild, or is it going to be like it was when I first started the 5 milligram and I was injecting into my stomach? So just did a little trial and error. I did it at room temperature, as I always do. Of course, in the stomach, for me, it always tends to be painless. So yeah. And I am happy to report that the side effects were pretty much non-existent. Even the coldness and the burping that I have been experiencing were very mild and kind of here and there, not like an everyday thing. So I guess my body is adjusting to the 5 milligrams, which is a good thing. So I really felt like my nutrition this week was on point. It was really good. And after last week, I just really needed that. And I feel like my appetite is just it's in the right spot. I'm definitely still not eating as much as I did prior to starting Mounjaro, but I'm actually able to eat. I'm able to sense when I'm hungry, but I still am not I can't just munch on a bag of chips or, mindlessly eat anymore. The full trigger is there and the hunger trigger is there. So I'm super happy with that aspect of it all. I found that kind of grazing throughout the day, little snacks here and there, and then a smaller dinner portion seems to be the right recipe for me as far as food intake. And as far as exercise for this week, towards the beginning of the week, my lower back, SI joint, hips were still not feeling 100%. Definitely better than the week prior, but I didn't want to go to the gym and lift heavy, And in fact, I don't know if it's just me or what, but I almost kind of feel like it's time to break up with my gym. Which is I like it, but I'm just finding it, I'm not motivated to go there. And I think what's happening is, and I don't know if it's new year, new me, which is great. Power to anyone who starts a fitness journey at any point in time. But I mean, statistically, gyms are busier towards the beginning of the year and people tend to fall off. But anyways, the gym has just been very packed. Doesn't matter what time of day I go, and I typically only have a small window of time during my day that I can fit in to go to the gym. And if I don't get it done during that time, it's just really hard to make it done. Or workout in general. I have that chiseled out for my workout, and outside of that time, the schedule is just crazy and hectic. But I found at the gym, even when I rearrange my chiseled out time, it just seems it's busy, and I'm having to wait for weights or benches or machines or, whatever the case may be. There's people lined up against the wall waiting for things, and I'm going there to, not only work on myself physically, but for me and lifting, the gym has become a mental thing too, it gives me so much mental clarity, and, I can work out my frustrations in that way. It's definitely an outlet, but I feel when I'm having to wait around, I'm getting more frustrated, and I'm leaving more frustrated because my workout wasn't as great as it could have been or as I wanted it to be. So this week, you know, in conjunction with that and my back just not feeling great, I decided to re-download the Fit On app. It's FITON. They have a free version and they have a paid version. I am not sponsored by them, but Fit On, if this happens to make it to you and you want to sponsor me, I would be so happy. Anyways, so I had downloaded the app during pandemic when the gyms closed, and I really enjoyed it. However, I like the gym too because that gets me out of the house and, you know, I don't have interruptions, you know, whatever. So I downloaded it. You know, there's something for everyone on there. They have from like very, very beginner, like your very first workout ever, to extremely advanced. You can choose from like a multitude of categories like HIIT or Pilates or yoga, or, you know, do an arm workout or a leg workout, and you can do with no equipment, or if you have, you know, dumbbells at home or whatever, you know. So there's really something for everyone on there. So this past week I just went in and I did some very beginner, very light, no equipment other than like a mat workouts, and, you know, they still left me feeling good, feeling like I had achieved something and like I worked my body, but, you know, it didn't leave me in pain either. So that was a win-win. And as far as weight loss, as always, I'll pop it up on the screen, but I weighed in at 175.6. That was a 2.6 pound loss from last week. And so that put me at 19.2 pounds lost total since November 11th. And it was, the 2.6 pounds was just a very welcome loss after last week's gain. And I anticipated the gain last week because, like I said in the previous video, you know, I didn't eat right. My exercise was off point. My mood was off point. It was just an off week for me, and I anticipated that gain. However, and I think maybe some of you can relate to this too, I know that I can't be the only one out there. Even though it was a small gain and I knew that it was like a direct result of my actions, it was almost triggering for me. And I really got into my head because for the past, you know, 2 years prior to starting Mounjaro and figuring out that I'm insulin resistant and it's just really hard for my body to lose fat. In fact, it's doing the opposite. It wants to store it all. You know, I had done the right things. I was working out 5 times a week, lifting heavy, pushing myself, doing the cardio, eating right, like doing all the things and continuing to gain. So when I see that gain on the scale, I'm like, oh my God, you know, is this not working for me anymore? Are we starting the cycle all over again? Am I destined to be obese? Am I destined to be unhealthy? Because, you know, I knew that the 1 pound was a direct result of, you know, it was a reflection of my week, and I get that. And I get, you know, especially as a woman, our bodies fluctuate, you know, as we go through our cycle. You know, sometimes we're heavier by a pound or 2, sometimes we're lighter, and I understand that. I know that the scale is not the be-all, end-all, but I still really got into my head about it. And so definitely seeing, you know, 2.6 pounds less was just, it was very, I can't express how welcome it was, but it was definitely reassuring, like, okay, you know, I'm still on the right path. I'm still doing the right thing. Of course, if y'all been around here for a while, y'all know that I measure myself too, and I continued to lose inches last week, or I don't remember how much it was specifically, but I lost again this week. I lost 1 1/4 inches, and that put me at 31 inches total lost. So it's always the inches, y'all, that just like really amaze me every week. Like, you know, even sometimes when the loss as far as like pounds is less than I would have anticipated or even desired, the inches just seem to be falling off, and totally okay with that. But yeah, so it was all in all a good week. I did have some non-scale victories. Really in just like the way things are fitting me. Like, for example, this necklace, I stopped wearing it probably at least 6 months ago, and maybe even longer than that, because like my neck had gotten so large that like it felt like it was choking me, and it was just uncomfortable. But I've always been weird about like things on my neck, like collars. Like, I can't wear turtlenecks, like I feel like they're choking me. So I stopped wearing my necklace, and I mean, I've probably worn a necklace almost every day since I was in middle school until a couple months ago when I stopped wearing this one. So I had wore a shirt the other day, and I was like, there's something missing in this area. I would really like a necklace. And so I tried it on, and I was like, oh my god, it feels good again. So I was super excited about that. Also, same night, actually, it was just like a really good like trying on clothes kind of day. The pants, I have a couple of pairs of pants that have been fitting really good, and we were going out to a concert, and conveniently all my pants were dirty. So I was like, okay, well, I'm just gonna grab this pair of pants, and I know that it's gonna be tight on me, and whatever, I don't even care. I just need pants to wear, and I don't care what anybody thinks, I'm gonna wear them. And these pants, they're a size 11, and they're a tight size 11, but I put them on, and y'all, they looked good. I don't know if I took a picture of like how the pants, if I did, I'll pop it up. If not, at some point I will show y'all myself in the pants, because I even got complimented. I had seen my mom, and she was like, oh my god, those pants look like really good on you. And I was like, I know, and I thought they were gonna be too tight, but like they fit good. And that's like, I was like in a 14-ish, like 12, 14, but really leaning more towards 14 when I first started my medication in November. So to go from like a 14 to an 11 in that amount of time, and it's a tight 11, like they're very skinny jeans. So I was like, wow. Yeah, so I was really happy about that. I have a size medium shirt in, I have a couple of size medium shirts from many, many moons ago. In fact, I probably haven't worn them since prior to my 5.5-year-old being pregnant with her. Like, that's, they've been in the closet for a long time. Anyways, but I like them, and, it's always like, I'm gonna lose weight. So I had a medium, I tried it on. It wasn't the cutest, and it really wasn't the cutest just because my boobies are still a large. But my stomach looked okay in it. So we're coming up on that. And so that, that was reassuring too, even though like, and it's a tight fitting shirt. So even though like it wasn't the most flattering, like it wasn't bad. And so I could see the progress, because a couple months ago, I probably could not have even got it over my head, much less, got it in, and like I probably could wear it out in public, but I don't know that I would be comfortable wearing it out in public, if that makes sense. And the last little bit I have for y'all is I'm taking my last 5 milligram injection, and so I'll be starting 7.5 next week on Friday, or, well, I guess by the time y'all watch this, it'll be like this coming up Friday. My doctor and I talked about it, and we decided, since the 5 milligram side effects seem to be subsiding, we're going to go ahead and give 7.5 a try. But if, the side effects are crazy, then we'll just go back to 5 for another month and kind of reevaluate at that point. Because I am still losing at a good rate. She's happy with the amount that I'm losing at. well within our goal. So I think that that's all that I have for y'all today. If you like this kind of content, if you like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up, comment, and let me know where you're at on your journey. And as always, if you want to follow along with my journey, go ahead and hit the subscribe button because I would be so happy to have you around. Until next time, bye!